We're back with MSA, motherfucker. Because apparently people
Yeah,
like
I have
watching us do
popcorn.
this. She's weird. She
I have
eats
popcorn.
popcorn,
I have popcorn.
and I'm
I'm
in
excited.
Fortnite.
This is also like supposedly a historical story, so I don't know what that entails in the context of MSA.
I think it's meant to be that one
You ever had a
Chinese
dream
emperor
so
that was a
big it
woman.
seemed impossible to
There's like
reach?
one
What
emperor
should you
that was a
do if
woman,
nobody around believes
but I don't
Oh,
know.
Or they try to take you down out of envy. Hi,
okay.
I'm Goosey Can, and my story
Okay,
takes
yeah, that
place
is.
some
They are
1400
doing that.
years ago in
Okay,
the
okay.
Chinese Empire.
I have like
Yet
no
I feel
knowledge on
some
her. Also, I have a
haven't
cold.
changed much
She
for
was
us
the
girls.
one female
Here I was
ruler of
born,
China.
a total sun eclipse darkened the
Insert
sky.
her
Is that all?
Wikipedia.
Sign of big changes,
Insert her
though at the
Wikipedia.
time, nobody would have guessed.
No, she
I
murdered a bunch of
I
people
know.
too.
Wu would be the one to make history.
Oh, got it.
Growing up, life was good. I had 2 sisters and 2 older half-brothers from death previously.
I have no clue this is
Family
correct.
was
I
not
just know
part of
she
the
existed.
aristocratic class, but was very wealthy.
I mean,
which
sure,
meant
You did
doesn't
not
count.
belong to the
chores,
aristocratic
we had
class.
staff
You were
taking
the
care of
emperor,
daily
but alright.
activities. However,
So,
unlike other
empress.
rich girls who
Well,
mostly
when she
lazed
was a
off, Dad
child,
encouraged me to
I
study from a
suppose.
young age. He soon realized just how
Yes.
smart I was, with a talent for poetry and public speaking. So he started to take me on business trips.
Yes,
loved
with the
meeting new
horse.
people and asked
Okay.
lots of questions.
This
Yes,
seems
I was a
fun.
bit
I
unusual as a kid, but my
like
I
family
like
was
the little
Lemonade.
very
birdie. I like the
well,
little
except my
birdie.
brothers.
Why are you studying again? You're just a girl.
And
Your job
I-
is to get married and
Am
to
I
have
like
kids. Dad
incorrect
is
to
wasting
say that I don't
resources on
believe
you.
this was
Maybe
that
he's
big an
afraid
issue
you'll
during
never
this
find
time
a
in history?
husband. And what's
What?
this? Oops.
And with that, he spilled
Like her
ink
being a
all over my
woman?
notes. One day, you were
Okay, I'm gonna
really
give it like
so
a
mean. I tried avoiding
You
them
pause
as
the
much as
fucking video.
possible, but then around the time I
Motherfucker.
was
Fine, I'll pause it.
Tech support, pause the video. So kinda, women, it specifically since she's clarified to be in the upper class, her marriage would have been for like diplomatic purposes. Right? But it like wouldn't have been her only reason for existence. Fun fact. Well, it depends on the empire a lot of times, and I can't tell you which one specifically they're trying to reference, but like it would have been for diplomatic reasons. I think. I don't know, insert Wikipedia on the fucking Bingle Schmingle conflict. Can you unpause it now, tech support? I keep pausing it and
Why
unpausing
is
it.
he dying?
teen, Dad got very ill and left us. Nothing
He
was
left
ever the
Wait,
same.
what?
He didn't
My
die,
brothers
he
started
left
acting
us.
like the bosses of the family. Without Dad to keep them in check, they became rude to
That's
Mom,
not how that
my
works.
sisters, and were especially mean to
Oh,
me.
That's
By the
not-
time I spent too much time with a
head,
friend and
and
was
I-
late for my
They're
class,
femboys.
it was a rainy
Paralleled-
evening. I ran back home.
They're
The
twinks.
gates were already locked.
I
No matter
paralleled
how
the
much I
Mulan
yelled
movie,
and
the
banged on
most
the doors, nobody
accurate,
could hear me over the wind and thunder.
historical-
In the end, I crouched
Why
there
were you
all night
outside?
until early morning. Mom found me
She
crying
was
and
tweaking.
shivering. I'm so sorry, Wu. They told me you were back
Wu.
and sleeping. I should have checked. That little
Wu.
adventure gave me a cold so bad
I know
I stayed
so
in bed
little
for a week. Without
about
Dad, I felt powerless.
this
Yeah.
I
time
had to
in
do
history.
something to
A
change
cold
my
around
fate,
this
not
time
only
could
for
probably
me,
kill
but
you.
Also for my mom. A chance presented
Mhm.
itself when a beauty
I mean,
contest
anything
was
could
held
really
in
kill you,
town.
'cause
The
there was
winner would be taken to serve
not
at the
very good
palace.
medicine,
It
if
was
I'm
a
correct.
huge deal.
Vaccines
Either
were
way, the game
invented in
respect and
China,
admiration.
but like that's
Mom
about
was
it. That's
worried
supposed to
about
be
my
odd.
plan, and her fears came true.
Mhm.
I think
when
so.
I won. Honestly, it wasn't that big of
I
a
love
deal.
Yeah,
that
she's
one
pretty.
Prettiest
I
girl
Ooh,
in
she's
town, but
pretty.
also well-educated.
She's
My
smart
brothers
and
just
pretty,
scoffed at
and
the
her
news
siblings
said
hate
they
her.
won't miss me. Typical. Mom
Oh
helped me pack my
no,
things.
I have
And
no idea if
On the
that's
day of my
correct, but I'm
departure,
so
she cried
tired of
as we
that being
hugged.
an
Don't be
addition
sad,
to
Mother.
every
Who's to say
single
it isn't my fate to meet the
MSA video. Is
Emperor?
Wait, what? She's
and
being
my
brought into the
goal-
Emperor?
Going to the palace to escape my problems. No.
What?
I had a bigger plan. A hope to get noticed by the Emperor. Maybe one day
Why
marrying
is
into the
the
royal
Emperor the
family.
son?
Something to bring
So-
honor to my name. But my life in the palace
Honor?
started on the wrong
Honor?
foot.
Becoming-
He
Even
took a
mentioned
quick
that-
glance at me
okay.
and decided I'll be doing laundry.
Yeah,
It's
you
been my
probably are gonna be a
childhood learning the plastics and
concubine.
refining my calligraphy for this.
Uh,
One day, I was
I-
trying to get inside the palace
Concubine is
library.
basically
The
like
guard
a
wouldn't let
prostitute
questioning
for
if
the
I could
Emperor.
I know what
read.
it
Are you
is.
kidding? I was
I
composing
know.
poetry at
I'm just
6. Give me
annoyed
some
at
books
this
or I'll report
specific
you to the Emperor. Just
storyline
then,
because
the
it
guard
really
went
feels
pale,
like they
looking behind
really
me.
got
I
into
turned,
Mulan and
oh
decided
my,
that
the
they
Emperor
wanted
had
to
heard
make
it
it.
all. He seemed amused
But
and
pretend
I
it
just
was
doubled
historical.
down, following him around the library all afternoon. By the
So,
end of the
John,
day,
Am
he
I
was
what
so
is
saying-
happening?
impressed by my wit and education that he made me
She
his
met
secretary.
the
Finally, that
Emperor
was my
and now
chance
she's
to
a
work my way
secretary?
up the political
The most
ladder.
Still, she
normal
would have been brought in as a
Nothing
concubine.
has
That's
changed.
all she
I'm a
would have been
forgotten
brought in
secretary.
as.
Then
Well-
the Emperor
now
passed away, and I
she's
got
the
sent to a
secretary.
Buddhist convent to be a nun.
What?
All that time spent
What?
in the palace let no one
What?
shaved my head.
Right?
Not all
I
was
don't-
lost. You see, while I was living at
I
the
She's
palace,
a
I came
nun?
close to the Emperor's youngest son, Lee. We met
A
one
Buddhist
random
nun.
day when I was holding a bowl for him to clean his hands, and he flicked some water
I don't
at
know
me.
if that's a thing.
Offended by his childish behavior,
I
was ready to
no,
give him a
that's
lecture.
not.
His shy smile and cute face.
You can
I
be
broke my
Buddhist as a
ribs.
woman,
So
but they don't
no.
make you shave your
it's quite a
head.
warm day, isn't it?
I don't
He
believe
laughed, and we
anyways.
started chatting, quickly becoming friends.
I
We were
don't
close in age,
think,
and
but I
unlike
will
other officials,
add
he was kind and
Wikipedia
humble,
article.
easy to talk to.
I wish
Do you
this were
ever
a
regret
historical
coming
story
to the
that I
palace? You
knew, so I could
probably
make
miss
fun
your
of it
family.
more.
I do. Well,
Real.
everyone except my brothers. Those two, I would
Yeah.
banish to the corner of the empire, never to be seen
So-
again.
Oh, her
I
brother
get that.
remains
My
He is the
brothers
emperor
pretend I
now.
don't exist or act
He
as
can
if I'm
kinda
beneath
just-
them.
He
You think
is
two are
in the
bad? Try
man.
living with 13.
Can't you
Oh
do
wait, no,
something
he's
about them?
so
You're
he
a
can
prince
marry
after all.
basically whoever he
It's just a
wants.
title. You'll learn it in time.
He's a
Having a title
prince.
doesn't necessarily mean the same as having
He's a
power.
prince with like
Genuinely
12
I'm-
siblings. He can marry basically whoever he
Zero
wants.
chances of succeeding his father.
Yeah, he
However,
could.
Fate really had a sense of
Oh,
humor.
never mind.
Turns out, his brothers were so busy fighting
What?
each other over the title of crown prince that the emperor decided Lee
That is
was
true. That is a
ready
thing
for
that
the
could
throne.
happen.
And that's how my decade-long crush
Okay,
became the new
great.
emperor. He
Was the
actually changed
emperor
his name to
that
Gaozong,
guy who
but
died
I'll
and
keep
was the
calling him
son?
Lee to avoid confusion. I was
His name's now
genuinely happy
Gaozong.
for him, even if my new status as nun meant we could never be together.
What?
One day,
How
You're a
I thought
nun.
about
Water
how much I
will
missed
You
him
can
there.
just not be a
Chance
nun
to the palace.
anymore.
Maybe
I don't
wouldn't
believe
have
you
time
chose to
read
go
it, but
there.
I had to try. To my surprise,
No, she got
it
sent
worked, and
there
Lee came to the temple.
I
Once
got your letter.
her,
Is it
she
true?
stopped being
Tears
able to
started
be a
rolling down my
secretary?
cheeks as I nodded. We hugged, and when it was time for us to part, I could
What is
see
true?
he was reluctant
Why-
to do so.
What's
Could it be
true?
that my feelings were
That they're in love?
reciprocated? Indeed,
It was-
he kept visiting.
I-
and one evening,
I
got
don't
a
know.
note saying I
Why
could
has
grow
none
my
of her hair
again.
grown back?
1 year later, I was summoned back to
I was
the
gonna
palace.
say, you're the
There, I
he's
met
the
Lady
emperor.
Wang,
He
who
could
was
just kind of
quite a
take
big
you
name in
home.
court. She was to become empress,
He
having
can
been
just
chosen as a
kidnap you.
consort by Lee's
Um,
father himself.
ah,
But that
dropped my
didn't
phone.
mean things between them were all rosy and peachy.
I had meetings
this
all
woman?
day, and when I finally got the chance to relax at dinner, Wang started talking about more political issues. It's the last
How
thing I
dare
want during my
I,
free time.
the emperor,
that
have to
why
deal
you're
with
hiding in the stables with
political
me?
Not
issues?
hiding,
That's
just
not what I
surveying your
have to
work.
do.
Truly,
Well, he didn't get a
some things
choice.
Never change. Lee was the most powerful
I know,
person
but
in
it's
the
so
empire.
funny to
His
me that
life
he's
was
like,
affected by so many
and
people's
then
He also
evil
wasn't
choices.
prepped.
I decided to
He
be
also
by
wasn't
his side
prepped
the
in
best I
emperor
could. And in
duties,
time,
so he
everyone
wouldn't have
started
any
noticing how
understanding
close
what
we
the
were,
fuck is going
including
on.
Wang. That's when she showed her
Wang.
true colors.
who is-
One afternoon,
what is
she
this
invited me
woman?
for tea.
Also, I believe Wu Zitang was celibate. I could be wrong, but I do believe she was celibate.
My mom is.
And what did she
I
accomplish?
don't
Only had
really
daughters.
We're,
and
we're just gonna put the entire article on Wu Zitang's life in
What is
here,
your
aren't
point,
we?
Lady Wang?
I'm just reminding
I
you
just
of your
insert a
release.
section of
The
me
only
reading it
reason
really,
you've been
really
called
fast
back
over
was
this.
so the emperor wouldn't have to
No,
visit
just
her
insert the
very
text
often.
quote
In
from
like
Wikipedia. Insert text quote from Wikipedia.
And then
Oh,
she
that
started
was
giving
pretty
me so
drawing.
much work I couldn't
Holy-
keep up with
holy
it, and
skimbus.
then complained about how lazy
Yes,
I was.
very
Little did
skimbus.
she
How
know I was
lazy?
used to palace drama and was
I
prepared to
really
face
like the art.
much
I have
worse.
absolutely
One
no
day, Lee
idea if this
surprised
is
me
like
with a
accurate in
beautiful
any way,
hairpin
shape,
with
or form.
pearls and small
but
I
it's
don't
pretty.
flowers. I was
know.
walking back to my chambers holding
It
this
is
small present
extreme.
when I noticed
I did
Lady
like
Wang
some
scolding a maid
research
for
into
spilling
this
some water on her
time
dress.
one
The poor
time.
girl ran with tears in her
I
eyes, and
still
I
no,
felt my
don't
have
ask
no
blood
why.
context
boil.
on
I
Wu
knew what it
Zitang.
meant to be beneath those of
Besides just
higher
that she
rank.
I
did
don't know
exist.
anything
At the
about her
palace, but then
specifically,
I got an idea.
but from
I
what I
followed the
can
maid
tell,
and gave her
most
the
of her
hairpin. Lady
outfits
Wu,
and
this
hair
is, I
is
can't
kind
accept
of
it. Sure you can. I want you to feel better. But I
From
could
what I
never
can
repay
tell?
you. Just tell me the gossip you hear around the court. That's all I want. And so
Tell
I
me the
started befriending
gossip.
servants and lower officials in exchange for news. Soon I
$100
had
million.
ears and allies everywhere.
How
and
much was
that's
that?
how I found out
One
Wang's
gold-
envy ran deeper than anyone imagined. That night, I ran to Emperor Lee. You have to come with me.
God, right?
Now, we silently walked
Wang
through
is his
the
wife.
I'm
chambers,
interpreting
and I
this
told Lee to wait
correctly?
outside as I marched into
No,
Wang's
well, no,
chambers.
Wang-
There, as the informer said, she was performing some sort of ritual
What
with
the
a voodoo
fuck?
doll shaped like me. I
I
knew you were a witch,
don't-
but this?
This
Why
is
stoop so low?
correct.
Why? You spend too much time with the emperor. I have to stop you.
And
Just then, Lee walked into the room.
Lady Wang, I'm very disappointed.
don't
You are far
think
from the
that
noble
these-
woman I
this
thought I'd marry.
originated
She
from this
threw
area
herself on
or
her knees,
time.
You thought you'd marry?
No
You
use.
thought you you married,
random
serious charge
that you
at the time,
forced,
so
and
Lee
also
managed to
said
go
that
to
you were in
palace.
love?
Soon after
Okay.
that, Lee confessed his feelings, and I was
So-
made the official consort, the new empress. But as They said years ago, a title alone doesn't mean power, and that became clear to me while I kept listening to the Emperor's meetings with his advisors. I sat as usual in a small room behind a curtain
So-
of pearls, voicing my opinion when needed. The times my husband was ill, he trusted me to
Okay,
make
I'm
decisions
sorry,
in his
this
place.
is really
and
funny
some
to
of
me.
his
This is
officials
probably
were
accurate,
seriously
but it's
offended
really
by this.
funny that
It
it's like
feels like the woman
the
behind the
adult
curtain is the
wife
one
behind
actually
the
running the
curtain.
stage.
Occasionally.
Yeah, 'cause she probably
I'm
is.
pretty sure it's funny.
Truly unacceptable.
Behind
Also,
their protests, there was nothing but
she-
envy for the fact I was becoming more and more influential in court, and try as they might, they couldn't
Sorry.
stop me. Some
She's
years
the
later,
woman-
Lee and
she's
I
the
took a
consort.
vacation to my
She
hometown,
already
which turned
allied with a
into
bunch of the
days
servants.
feast and celebration. I had finally brought honor and status to my family. One evening, during a family dinner,
So
Mom brought up the
brought
topic
honor,
with my
that's
brothers.
not that
Aren't you
big a
grateful
thing
for everything
in
Wu
most
did for us?
cultures.
She just got lucky.
Yeah.
But
Wu's
I
not
believe-
special, her husband
I believe
is.
it's like a
Also, we
similar
never
but
asked for the
different
high
word,
rank she
and
gave
it's
us.
been
Mom
mentioned
flew
in
into
so
a rage,
many
and the
things,
next day
and
came
I'm
to the
starting
palace
to
to
tweak
meet
out
me.
because
Maybe
it
it's
just
time
makes
to
it
give them a
seem like it's
lesson,
just
Your
that they
Highness.
really like
And
Mulan.
so I sent them to govern a faraway province where they couldn't
What?
bother my mother anymore.
What?
It seemed like at every turn I was reminded
Wait, hang
that
on,
my
go back.
accomplishments were never enough because
Go back. Go back
We
to that
never
picture
asked
map.
for the high
Like
rank
here?
she gave us.
Mom
Hold
flew
Okay.
into a rage, and the next day I sent
Okay,
them to govern
Mom,
a
I'm gonna beat
So
you
that's
up.
the Qin dynasty or Wei? I can't quite tell. Just based, I think that's Wei.
Uh-huh. Well,
So Wei was like a big dynasty, right? I don't believe Wu Ziteng
Yeah.
lived during that period.
they took a random map and decided on it.
Okay, that
I'm
actually is
gonna
like
eat
a problem.
one piece of popcorn.
Add the Wikipedia of when she lived, because I'm probably wrong. Like, you know.
It's okay, MSA, MSA, previously My Story Animated, is the most accurate historical company.
a faraway
Uh-huh.
province where they couldn't bother
Sure,
my mother
Jim Bob.
anymore.
Yeah.
It seemed like
Sure is
at
a
every turn
phrase.
I was reminded how my accomplishments
Yeah,
were never enough because I was a woman. But
So,
I feel like
use
when
that
you're
to my
again-
the
advantage. Was there a way to
this
stand
wouldn't
out
be
from
that big a
other
deal.
empresses? The answer
You're
was
married to the
Fengshen, a
emperor.
religious ceremony. It involved gathering
They
our
have to
entire court,
respect-
leaders and
they would
aristocrats from
be.
neighboring countries.
They
staff
will
and
respect
an
you
entire
just because you
army,
are
all
married to
together
the
do a
Empress and
pilgrimage
probably
to
the
a
daughter
secret
of some
mountain.
other
It was
family they want to
extremely
ally with, so that
expensive,
they
and
treat
only
them
6
terribly.
emperors out of 300 could afford it.
Okay.
Also, I added a small twist to
Oh,
it. After
religious
much planning, I
ceremony?
brought up
Okay.
the idea to Lee and the council. Our borders are
Sorry,
safe, the economy is good, people are
Beaded
pleased. I think we've earned
thing
it.
in
That
the
is
corner,
true, but Your
seriously.
Highness, we cannot
I
allow the
know
Empress
it's
to perform
probably
the second
accurate, but
ritual.
it makes
It is
me
for us
laugh.
officials to do.
Oh, I knew they'd say that. Your Highness, the Emperor makes offerings at the top of the mountain to heaven, which represents masculine
What?
energy. At the bottom, the offerings are made to earth, which is feminine. It makes more sense for a woman to do it.
I'm-
Lee agreed.
That-
and fired
actually,
the
yeah, that
advisor
does
who
kinda make
opposed me,
sense, but
sending a
all-
clear message
'cause-
to the rest of them.
Okay.
And so we gathered thousands
Okay.
of people
Suppose.
and traveled for months to Mount Tai. I performed the rituals along with my
Oh,
husband,
right.
and we ended the procession with a huge
So,
banquet.
I get- I see this, I
Secured
see
my place in history.
how
Years
this
went
could
by.
work.
Lee and I governed as a team, but slowly his health started deteriorating. Everyone at court knew his time was near. As I sat
why
at
is
his
he so
bedside, we
old?
held hands till slowly
He's
his
old.
got cold. I wanted
He's
to mourn,
bald.
cry,
But
and
she's
give up,
still,
but
like,
everything we
she
built
still
together would
said
have
she's, like,
crumbled
oh,
if I
never
did
mind,
so.
she's
The
old, too.
council
gonna
wanted
say-
my
Okay,
son
I
on
was
the
gonna
throne.
say,
He wasn't as
if
capable
they
as me
made
and
him
would have been a
old, but not
puppet to
her
the
older, I
advisors.
would have
So why
tweaked.
give up power and risk the empire's stability?
No,
I
this is
could
not
rule
what
it just
happened.
fine. Only
She
because I was
murdered a
woman,
shitload
that
of
never
people,
stopped
I
me
believe.
before, and so
She didn't
I
just, like,
did what
marry
I
some
did,
guy and then
securing the throne
divorce.
and
She
winning
died.
allies. At one point, some
Don't you
ex-officials started a rebellion
Wait,
against me.
episode-
One of
I
them
don't know
wrote
if I'm
an
pronouncing that
entire
right.
manifesto
This one-
making up all kinds of stories about
believe
me.
that
It was
was
read in
just a
court,
Mulan
and at
reference,
the
I do
end,
believe.
everyone was silent until I bursted out laughing.
The most.
Who wrote that? So creative. We should have kept him. My army defeated the rebels swiftly, and then I addressed the council with an
I love that
ultimatum.
man.
If
He was a
anyone
J.
here thinks they are more capable than me, speak now. Otherwise, pledge your loyalty. My opponents stepped down one by one until eventually I was crowned as the first female emperor. The only time in history it ever
Yes,
happened.
that is
Women
true.
have tried to rule as wives or
Yay?
widows, whispering in their son's or husband's ear, but none had the official title and absolute power. For
Yay?
another 15 years, I skillfully led my people.
What is the
Yeah.
As
dragon
they
doing?
might, not
There's
even
a dragon.
their opponents could
There's
deny
some
that I
magic.
was
It's
a good
MSA
leader.
magic.
They attacked my character, painting me as a
Is there a
power-hungry, ruthless woman, but never once criticized my governing skills.
Okay.
Truly, my greatest
I
flaw
love
was
the
my
art
audacity
of
to play the
Ruzate.
power games
Oh,
men and
this
win.
isn't about
Today,
you being a
historians
woman.
keep uncovering the remnants of my empire's riches
Again,
and
yes.
Why
culture.
is
I
Top
wanted to make China the
capitalized?
greatest empire in the world, and under my guidance, at the time, it was.
It
But don't
was-
let the circumstances
Yeah,
you were
because it
born
was
with
the
determine
greatest
who
empire
or
for like
what you can
200
be.
years. You didn't make it better. Like, you didn't make it 20 times better. You just happened to be during the time of history where it was very stable.
Right. Before we end the episode, I'd like to clarify we don't know anything about this period of history. If I will be editing Wikipedia articles, but we don't know anything.
Yeah, we're not
So, like-
historians, so we will not.
So if
We're not.
we've said some dumb shit, then you feel free to go, hey, Goose or midlife crisis, whatever you want to refer to me or him as, just say, hey, Goose, actually you're stupid dumb, and actually this is right, and you're lame and stupid dumb.
Yeah, we just don't trust MSA because look at them.
Yeah.
Look at them.
Oh my gosh, we needed to do the Sacagawea episode on here.
We will. That'll be the next
Oh.
one. Tune back in,
We're-
kids. Bimble schmimble.
We get 3 views.
If we get 2 likes.
We get 2 likes.
All right, bye guys.